Before we get started, I am showing you the events feature. Now, events will live in memberships. If you go to memberships and you see events, you have to turn it on before you can use it. So if you click on it, it's just going to go back to the dashboard. If that happens, that means you haven't enabled it in labs. So go into your settings in your account, click on labs, and it will be the one that says events. Toggle that on so you can actually use the event feature. Now, let me show you the events. Okay, guys, this is hot off the press. HighLevel has launched events in the system. And what that means is you can set up an event super quick without having to do workflows, without having to um, create landing pages. And so what that looks like is here in memberships. So in memberships, you come to events, and then when you click on events, it'll ask you to create an event, right? Now, where's the event page? So the event itself, now this is definitely beta. It's beta, all right? So a couple things that would tell them. This is the only link you can have it on. Now, it gives you a code where you could take this page and you can embed it in a funnel page with a domain. Okay. If you didn't want to just launch it from here. All right. Which is probably what I'll do for this event. I will put it in my events funnel and have it as a page because you only need this one page because it acts as its own whole little system. So let's go back. I created this event. This really is an event that I'm going to create, that I am going to do, but I don't have everything, honed in and ready. But it really is an event I'm going to do September 22nd. Oh, what I did was it asked me to do a cover image. So, of course, I generated my cover image in ChatGPT. And then it asks for the date and time, the location, and the event. So if I click on edit details, you'll see what it asks for. So it gives you the option to do free or paid. Here, let me show you what it looks like. So when you click event, create event, right? So it automatically gives you the option. Is this going to be a ticketed event where you're going to charge for it? Or is it going to be just a RSVP? And then once you continue, it'll go to the next step. And as you build, it shows up right here and you can toggle between here and the phone and the computer, right? So let's go back into my event. All right, so that was the event details. Now, as you see at the top, you have everything right inside of here. So, couple things. I went to details. So this is details. Once you fill in your event name, you put your cover image there. It asks you for a short summary. So of course I put this in ChatGPT. I'm gonna change this because that didn't make sense to me, but I just wanted to see what it looks like. So this is 160 characters. And then I add, so this is coming from Claude. It gave me like a whole sales page event description, but this is really the event. This is really the reason why I'm building this. Okay. And so it gave me all that, right? So I'm really going to leave that in there. Then down here, you set up your date and time. All right. And then you set up your location. Is it in person? Is it virtual? And if it was virtual, you would put the link, but mine is in person. Then you can put your information here, whatever, as the organizer, right? This is like giving me Eventbrite vibes, right? And so as you see, this is what it'll look like on their, oh, let me change that. This is what it'll look like on their phone, right? And see how I changed that S. And while I'm here, okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. Um, you can click here to see what it would look like on a computer. See, so most people usually are on their phones, so that's why I'm showing you their phone first. All right, so once you do that, you say save details, and then you go to schedule. So if you have a schedule, you could put the schedule here, 11 to 12, this, blah, 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 whatever. If it's like a conference or something like that. And then if you have speakers, you can add your speakers information here. So I'm going to click here to show you what the speaker looks like. So I added my name, I added my tagline, I uploaded my picture, I added my description, and then you can add social links, but I added my website. And so that's what this looks like. So if we click in here, then this is what it looks like. So you can see this is what my speaker card looks like. And then the pages and designs, right? So here you can go in and you can change whatever you want to change. So about this event, you could change that if that's not what you wanted to say. You had an option to do CSS. You had an option to add, the different colors here. And then you're able to change, like if you want it dark, if you want it light, if you want it to auto based on the person's device. You can change the compact. You can make it so if you do compact, it just gives you less white space. If you do comfortable, it gives you more white space. And then you can change the corners, and then you can see which template you want to use, right? And so again, topography, I edited this. I don't, it changes everything right now. So you can't edit one piece. So whatever you make this is what the font is going to be for everything, forms, everything. So you can play with the font. Yeah. See, everything to me is small. I don't know. So anyway, then you click save, right? So once you're done with that part of it, then you're able to go, well, this is just once somebody registers. So it'll show you the registration information. And why isn't it showing me my registration information? Because I registered. Maybe I got to refresh. Then it'll show you check-ins, right? So you can check people in once you get there. See? I'm here, but it didn't show me the registration. Okay. And so also right here is the settings. So with the settings, you can set the capacity, right? And then you can do a QR code check-in. You can turn on whether you want one registration per contact. And then if you want to show the time zone next to the event, if it's like virtual. And then these are notifications that'll come to you. You can set these up. Now, one thing that I like about this is I was able to set the reminders. So this is why I say you don't need to do any workflows. So you just click here. If you want to change this, you could change it. But it'll link the description, and this is what it'll look like for them, right? So also, if you want to do SMS, same thing. You can do SMS. I'll turn that off. You can do SMS as well, right? And so that was just for the confirmation. So right here is the reminder, right? So the reminder, I turned on all of these. So 7 days before, 3 days before, 1 day before, 2 hours before. And you only get one. Now that's the difference between using this versus workflows, right? Because in workflows, you could send a different message each day. And here is going to say the same thing. Now, again, you can change this template the way you want it, and it will put this information in there. Okay. And so also same thing for text messaging. You could do the same thing for text messaging here. And then the only other thing is the link. So like I was saying, I put this path, but it's going to use your branded link from your business profile. So that one that says branded domain. Now, usually I don't use this link.premierbizsystem.com. I usually change this to access. Okay. And so usually I change this to access. Access.premier. Okay. Instead of it saying link, it would say access premierbizsystem.com events. All right. Okay. Now here's where I put a favicon. I put my logo there. This is where you would grab this code, so you don't have to worry about this domain, this URL. You would grab this code, and I guess I should just show you. So copy this code. All right, we're going to come over here to sites, and inside the site, I'll put it in here. No, I don't want to put it in there. Let me find event. There we go. And then I thought I had one that said in-person event. Dang it. Okay, so I need to figure out where I'm gonna put mine, but I'll just show you. I'll put it in here, and I'll just show you what it looks like. So I already have a domain here, which is Systems Playbook. So what I would do is add a new step, add what it is, AI for Business Workshop in person. All right, create funnel step. And then once that's created, I'm going to click create from blank. And I am going to add a blank section right here. So I'm going to click blank section, and I'm going to click in this plus so I can add. So when you click add, your element menu comes up from, well, your menu comes up from the left. So we're going to click on elements. I'm going to go down and find the code block, which is the one that says code. I'm going to drag it in there and drop it and click on it. When I click on it, it should open up the menu to the right. I'm going to click on open code editor, and I'm just going to paste that code in here, and I'm going to click save. So once I click save, I'm going to click save again at the top, because I don't know why autosave is off. Then what I'm going to do is click this icon in the top left-hand corner, right next to the color palette icon. That's the cookie consent. It says preview custom codes. If you click this, it shows you what your site will look like, right? So this is showing me what it'll look like. Now, if I hit preview, let's see what that's going to look like. All right. So it shows me the whole page. In the preview, it didn't show me the whole page. Now, I know you're saying, well, Jen, that still says links. That's because I hit preview. So if I hit publish, this would be my domain for that, right? And so if we click on here and paste it, that's now my domain for that page, and I don't have to use the little funky one. And so now let's look at what this looks like when you register. So let's go through that process. So we'll register Stephanie again. Let's see if it lets Stephanie register again. Listen up. All right. Put that. I'm gonna put everything I said. Okay. That's not what it's asking for, but I will take on my time. All right, and then I have my consents, right? So this is a consent because I have that phone number, but this is a one I put on there for my event. I will bring a charged laptop. I understand this is a build section, and I cannot participate without one. So they have to click that to register. And so this is kind of what that page looks like. It has the little card and the information over here, and then who is hosted by. So click secure your seat. Now, I think this page is super dope. After it says click to secure your seat, I wonder, oh, yes, yes, I love it. Uh, a number I could put, okay, okay, let's see if it'll take that. I love that. So y'all seeing that in real time. It did not let that come through. Let's see if it'll let it. Okay, I let it come through. See, I like the little confetti. I did not build this. Y'all did not see me build this page, right? And so this is what it looks like. And what I like about this page is number one, it has the add to calendar button. They can view their ticket. They can share the event on their social media or email. Then down here, what I like about this is um it gives you this, right? Check your inbox, look, plan your arrival. So now they could click here and get the directions to the event, and then they can share it again. So if they click share, it'll share. Now, let me show you what the email looks like. So this is what the email looked like. So, ooh, that is the wrong email. Okay, you're registered for blah 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 blah, and it has a little event ticket. So you're seeing this the first time I've seen it. Now I failed to change that to purple because you know that's my brand. So you're registered. Hi, thanks for registering. Date and time, venue, address. We look forward to seeing you. And then let's see, this is what the ticket looks like. This is what their ticket looks like. And then it has the little QR code. So this is cool, right? All of this, and you saw me set that up. It didn't even take 20 minutes for me to show you, but it took me less time. Then they can also click here and go back to see event details. Now, for what I see, that's going to take them back to here, but they registered now. So who cares what that says? I think we're the only ones who really care about that. I mean, it's important, but long as your business information is in here, it's okay. And if you don't have your branded domain set up, which is so important, this won't show. So, and so then this is what they'll see. It'll take them back to this page. And this is the hosted stuff you saw me put on there. So that is the events in high